Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're jumping straight into something incredibly cool, The Enemy's Playbook, a spiritual strategy guide. We are breaking down Aime's phenomenal YouTube script, which brilliantly translates ancient spiritual warfare into a modern gamer's strategy guide. Seriously, this is such a smart way to look at it. Let's dive right in. Right out of the gate, Amy hits us with this absolutely killer question to set the stage. Think about it. Imagine you're loading into your favorite competitive game, right? And your opponent has a complete, super detailed strategy guide written specifically to defeat your character. But you've got absolutely nothing on their playstyle. Would you just run in there, mash buttons, and play completely blind? No way. You'd want to know their exact moves before they even make them. Well, that's the exact premise Ame sets up for facing the battles we deal with every single day. Ame drops a truth bomb here. We are all in a real fight. And no, it's not against group chat drama, your annoying sibling, or that brutally tough math exam. Looking at Ephesians chapter 6, verse 11, the real opponent is spiritual. The scripture tells us to put on the full armor of God to stand against the devil's schemes. The massive takeaway Ame highlights is simple but profound. You literally cannot stand against a scheme you don't know about. So we've got to leak the playbook. Now, notice how Ame redefines the villain for a modern audience. The script makes it crystal clear that the enemy isn't some goofy cartoon guy running around with a red pitchfork. The word Satan itself literally translates to adversary or the opposer. Think about his entire job description for a second. It's just to oppose you. Whether it's your faith, your future, your family, or your friendships, if it's something good being built in your life, this opponent shows up specifically to tear it down. Ame anchors this whole concept in the book of John, chapter 8:44, pointing out that this opponent actually holds two very distinct titles, the father of lies and a murderer. But here's the wild part, how the script connects them into one devastating mission. The core tactic? It's to lie to you continuously until something inside you dies. We're talking about the death of your confidence, your purity, your purpose, or your faith. It's a calculated, totally psychological game. Okay, so how does this actually play out in the real world? Ame uses a super compelling illustration, referencing a book called The Dark Side of the Christian Counseling Movement. The point here is that deception doesn't usually show up looking evil or scary. A lot of times, it shows up with a nice office, a super calm voice, and a subtle half-truth. It quietly whispers that maybe absolute moral standards aren't real, or that certain serious issues are, just an option. Ame calls this the lie game, proving that the most dangerous attacks are actually the quietest ones. All right, buckle up, because Ame then does what gamers call a speed run through the enemy's playbook. Think of these as the main boss moves. Move 1, blinding minds. 2 Corinthians tells us he literally blinds the minds of unbelievers so they can't see the truth when it's right in front of their faces. Move 2, faking signs and wonders. He can do flashy stuff that looks super spiritual just to fool people. Move 3, snatching the word. Mark 4:15 warns that the exact second truth gets planted in your heart, he tries to rip it out before it can even grow. And move 4, disguising himself, he masquerades as an angel of light. Translation, not everything that looks godly actually is godly. Ame makes it obvious. Having discernment isn't just optional anymore. It's a mandatory survival skill. We're keeping that rapid-fire energy going for the rest of the playbook. Move 5, sabotage. Have you ever felt weird, heavy resistance right when you tried to do something genuinely good? The source points out he literally blocked the Apostle Paul. It's not a coincidence. Move 6, temptation. He tempts using vibes and feelings instead of solid truth, something even Jesus faced and totally defeated using the word. Move 7, daily accusations. Revelation says he constantly tries to make you feel disqualified, dirty, or like you're just too far gone. And finally, move 8, physical attacks. The script notes from Luke chapter 13 that this fight isn't just mental, it can be physical too. I mean, wow, that is a seriously heavy playbook to go up against. But wait, take a breath, because right here is where Ame completely flips the script on us. After laying out all those terrifying boss moves, the tone shifts completely. And this is the absolute most crucial point. This is not a horror movie. It's an ultimate victory story. You already know exactly how it ends, and you're stepping into the final act of this game with an unbeatable advantage. This brings us to, honestly, one of the biggest light bulb moments in the entire explainer. Ame really stresses the difference between fighting for victory and fighting from victory. Think about it. When you fight for victory, you're just hoping to win. You're crossing your fingers. But fighting from victory, that means the battle has already been decided. Because of Jesus, the enemy's weapon has been snatched clean out of his hands. You aren't scrambling, hoping for a win. You are just enforcing a win that literally already exists. To prove this, AMA gives us the ultimate cheat codes, these co-op victory stats straight out of Scripture. 1 John 3:8 states that Jesus didn't come to negotiate with the devil's work. He came to completely destroy it. Then Colossians 2:15 declares that these opposing powers aren't just a little weakened, they are completely 100% disarmed. And Romans 8:31 lays out the ultimate, undeniable logic. If God is for you, who can actually stand against you? The answer is literally nobody. AMA then takes this massive theological truth and applies it directly to your life right now, bringing in this amazing quote from Apostle Masasu. New level up, new devil, new danger to fall down. If you're stepping into a new season, maybe that's a new school, a new relationship, a new leadership role, or you're just getting some new freedoms, that level up is always going to invite a new level of attack. But it's not meant to scare you. It's meant to prepare you. When the pressure suddenly increases, it usually just means you've successfully leveled up. So we've got the theory, but how do you actually play the game day to day? AMA doesn't just leave us hanging with high-level ideas. The script moves right into a super practical, step-by-step winning game plan to help you navigate these new levels. Let's look at the actionable steps to make sure you stay standing. Here is the 3-step strategy you need. Step 1, pray about everything. And I mean everything, not just the panic button emergencies when things go wrong. Step 2, pray together. Do not fight solo. AMA reminds us that the devil specifically targets the isolated player. It's the oldest trick in the book, just like separating Eve from Adam. 2 are always stronger. And step 3, strengthen each other in truth. Don't just give your friends empty feel-good compliments, hype each other up using God's actual promises. You gotta build a strength playlist of scriptures to keep each other grounded. AMA wraps this all up with a massive closing charge. You now know the playbook, guys. The lies, the disguises, the accusations, none of it gets to run unchecked in your life anymore. You aren't naive, and you are certainly not fighting alone. You are armed, you are loved, and you already belong to the winning side. So think about how you can apply this game plan to your own next level starting today. The only question left to answer is, are you ready to stay sharp, stay prayed up, and stay together?